Welcome to RSS in Education, a brief introduction to RSS and how it can be leveraged for education, presented by Rich Lewis for EdTech 501. So what exactly is RSS? RSS as an acronym has had a few incarnations. When it was originally developed, it stood for RDF Site Summary. That evolved into Rich Site Summary, but now we more commonly know of it as Really Simple Syndication. Well, that's fine, but really what does that mean? When you're talking about information, it starts with you. You are interested in getting information from content on the internet. There's a vast array of information out there. Now, what commonly happens is you pull information. You go out, find what you want, and you pull information towards you. But there is an alternate approach that may be more efficient, and that is a push method, where the content comes to you. Let's look at this another way. Let's say you got a magazine stand in your corner store, and you go seeking information. Let's say, for example, you like Time magazine. So you pick up Time magazine off the newsstand, and you take it home. You read it, you get your good information from it, and you realize you'd like more. So you go back to your newsstand, and you realize it's the same issue. Okay. Go back a few days later, hoping to get new information, and once again, it's the same issue. Finally, you go back and you get a new issue. But you've wasted some time here. You visited the newsstand multiple times, and the information had not yet been updated. What we'd prefer to happen is to get that information delivered directly towards you. We want that Time magazine to show up in your mailbox. Now, how does that happen? It's not magic. It's through this. It's a subscription. You've basically told Time magazine, I want you delivered to me. Anytime you are updated, come to me. And it happens through this little subscription label. This is fundamentally what RSS is. Now, within the context of education, we in this class have been asked to create learning logs, which is a great technique that really any educator should use with their students, because it's very beneficial for the student to keep track of and to process and to write about what they're learning. But as an instructor, needing to go and review the learning logs, it can be very challenging. You've got you being the instructor and a sea of students out here, and you need to visit each one of these learning logs to see what the student has been learning, what they're writing, how they're processing information, and this can be very time consuming. Certainly, when you have a scenario that some students may have updated their learning logs and some may not have, so you're spending time visiting these sites when no new information is there. What would be a more efficient approach is you sit down and just say, if there are any updates in this sea of information, I would like it delivered right to me. This is what RSS is all about. So how exactly does it work? Well, I'd like to say it's magic, and we may as well look at it like that. There is some technical underpinnings, but what we really need to start with is the aggregator. This is the item that we will use to subscribe to the content, and then it will work its magic to pull the content to us whenever it's updated. So an aggregator would look something like this, and it's just basically a page where it's pulling all these different articles and blog posts and updates into one place for us. So let's see in practice how this works. So here we are on a website, and it's a website that we might want to visit frequently to get information from. For example, Moodle for a course management system, or maybe you visit CNN to get your news frequently, or CNET for technology, or for politics. Here we are, Texas Secretary of State. But rather than visiting these sites on a daily basis, we can leverage RSS to pull changes to us, so we don't need to come back here and constantly see if something is updated. Now, to do this, we are going to look for the RSS symbol. If you look down here on the Moodle site, you can see our symbol is right here in the lower right hand corner. Now, anymore, I've noticed that sites have kind of been getting away from that symbol. For example, here on CNN.com, I've scoured the page and I didn't really find it, but sure enough, here is RSS, and this would allow us to subscribe to their site. Likewise, on CNET's site, if I scroll to the bottom of the page, here is RSS in the lower right. Here for the Secretary of State, they've got it here on the right side, and XML, extensible markup language, is how RSS is implemented, but all that matters is we see the RSS feed. Now, in practice, we're talking about learning logs here and how an instructor might subscribe to the student's learning logs. We're looking at my learning log right here, my EdTech learning log. You don't see the RSS symbol anywhere on this page immediately, but along the right hand side I see, oh, here's the RSS symbol and we're given the opportunity to subscribe. When you click on this, it gives some aggregators that if you happen to use NetVibes or NewsGator or MyYahoo, it will subscribe and put the information right into the aggregator itself. Since we've been advised to use Feedly, which I'll show in a moment, we need to get the feed manually. So the RSS feed itself, all you need to do is copy the link address. Once you have that, you can go into your aggregator. Since I'm using Google Chrome and I've added Feedly through the web store, I have it right here. Now, right now, the only item that I subscribe to is the Technology Teacher blog, and I can see all the information here. But if I want to add content, if I want to add a link to my blog, I simply click the Add Content button, and I'm going to paste the URL in here. This is the one I just copied, and sure enough, it realizes, okay, this is Rich Lewis's EdTech learning log. So I'll hit the plus sign to add it. Now, I could create a brand new category, or I could add it to my EdTech resources, which is the category I want to add it to. I'll go ahead and click Add. Alright, so now I can see it's in here. So anytime I add a new blog, it is going to show up in this list. My 3 blog posts that I've already posted are here. As you can see, there are 3. So the next time I add a blog posting, it will automatically show up in my RSS reader. And that's the beauty. I don't need to go back and visit my blog. I just stay in my reader, and whenever the blog is updated, it will show up here. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this has been worthwhile, and I thank you for your attention.